Hey everyone, it's Mirella Manelli here, and today I'm going to show you how to achieve a cool brunette shade using the brand new Kenra Professional Green Blue Rapid Toner. So stay tuned and check it out. This is my model Jasmine, and as you can see, she's a natural level 1-2, so she's pretty dark, and she's had quite the color history. So we just got finished talking through her consultation, and about 2 years ago, she had a pink ombre and then decided she wanted to cover it back up to her natural hair color. So it's been about 1.5 years since she's had any color, so we have some virgin hair going on up here, and then some previously colored hair down here. So knowing her hair color history and knowing that she has a lot of dark pigment here, I'm really excited to try out the new Rapid Toners from Kenra Professional in the green blue toner specifically, because I know her hair is probably not going to lighten as light as we both want it to. So what we're going to do is add in some vertical highlights right underneath for a really pretty ribbon effect, and then we're going to finish her off with some baby lights. I'm going to start out Jasmine's sectioning by taking a horizontal parting right at her occipital and then creating a singular braid right in that parting. Now the reason why I'm doing a braid is so that way I have a nice clean working space, and since I'm not going to be utilizing this hair, it's not going to allow me to pick up any of these hairs and just really keep it nice and tucked away for me as I continue to highlight her hair throughout the service. Next, I'm going to take a horseshoe shaped section right at the top of her head, but really utilizing the arch of her eyebrow as a guide. Now, the reason why I'm doing a wide horseshoe shaped section is because I really love the rounded partings towards the edge, and it's just going to give me a nice softer effect or end result. Just make sure to secure your section nice and tight with several clips if needed, so that way you have a nice clean working space, especially when doing vertical highlights, which we're going to be doing right underneath. Now that I'm done pre-sectioning, I'm going to mix up one of my favorite lighteners, which is Kenra Professional Simply Blonde Blue Powder Lightener with 20 vol in a 1:3 mixing ratio. Now the reason why I love this lightener is because it's going to give me optimal lift, but it also has that blue pigment, which is also going to help control some of the underlying pigment as we're lifting, especially since her hair is naturally black. Now to start her highlights, I'm just going to split her hair right down the center in that midsection in the back and create a micro slice. Now I really like the micro slices because it still gives you that nice pop of blonde, but it still has a nice soft ribbon effect at the same time. Now when applying your lightener, you're going to want to apply it kind of a few inches away from the root area and then really saturate those ends. Now you'll notice that I'm tri-folding all of my foils, so the tri-fold is really going to help prevent the lightener from getting at the root area. You'll also notice that when I apply the lightener, when I do apply it in that midsection first, I then feather it up into the root. So I'm really not getting the lightener right at the new growth area because I still want that soft, rooty effect. Tri-folding is also great practice to have in your back pocket, especially if you're going to be using two different types of lighteners. So sometimes we're using a much stronger developer at the root area and maybe a low developer at the ends. So the tri-folding is also going to help isolate those sections so that way you don't mix the two products together. Now, a really quick tip if you are going to be trying out doing some vertical highlights is make sure you have plenty of clips on hand. I really like using duckbill clips because I can layer them on as many as I need as I'm working throughout these sections. Now you're not going to really want to work in any wider section than about 4 inches wide, because after that it does get rather difficult, especially with the roundness of the head. Another quick tip is as you start to move and pivot towards the front, you're going to want to take kind of a slightly pizza type of slice for your subsections, so that way you can make sure that your highlights continue to be vertical, and that way they're not going to become horizontal towards the front. Now, if you're still wondering what's the difference between horizontal versus vertical highlights, just remember that horizontal highlights are always going to give you a much more blended effect, and vertical highlights on the underside are going to give you more of a ribbon effect, therefore giving you a little bit more of a pop of blonde. Now, as I start to work closer towards the face, what you'll notice is that I'm going to leave about 1.5 inches to 2 inches of her hairline out, and then finish her off with some back-to-back baby lights. And when applying the product, I'm going to go ahead and take the lightener all the way to her new growth. The reason why I chose to do this is so that way she has a little bit of a lighter and brighter effect, especially if she is going to wear her hair away from her face or in a ponytail. I just got done applying her vertical slices, and then I finished her off with the baby lights right on through the hairline, and everything was rooted except for the front 2 foils. So now I'm going to go ahead and section her top section. And all I'm going to do with this horseshoe shaped section is split it right down the middle. What I'm going to do now with these front 2 sections here is go in with a diagonal back section, all baby lights, just to finish her off with some softness. So since we did a lot of rooted slices throughout the underside and the back, it's going to give you a nice ribbon and pop of blonde, but we want to keep it nice and natural towards the top, which is why I'm going to go through and baby light it. When starting out any of my highlights, especially on the hairline, I usually comb all of the hair back and then weave out the hair that I want to highlight towards me. So that way I don't have any hair in my way and gives me a nice clean working space. And as you can see, I'm taking the product right at her new growth. So I really want a little bit of that pop of blonde and lightness and brightness around the face, because she does sometimes wears her hair up in a ponytail or away from her face. So to prevent any bleeding or oversaturation of product, I do like to apply the lightener a little bit away from the root area and then just slightly feather it right on up into that new growth. Now you can totally customize this technique for your client. So for Jasmine's hair, I decided that I wanted to do 1/2 inch subsections and continued on back in that diagonal back fashion with baby lights. As I continued to work my way towards the back of her hair, I made sure to apply the lightener a little bit more rooted versus in the front few foils, I took the lightener all the way to the root. Again, that's mostly because I wanted a little bit more lightness and brightness right around the face, which typically your client wants. Now, I highly recommend that if you're going to do this technique, to take really clean sections and have really clean, crisp foils. And basically the reason why is because when you get ready to do the other side, you're going to want to make sure that the diagonal back sections on the opposite side are going to be a little off center or zippered. That way you don't have any of your highlights meeting right in the center, creating too much of brightness right down the center of her hair, especially if they part their hair down the center. Continue applying your foils all the way back until the entire section is complete. I'm completely done applying her foils. And as you can see right here on her final section, one thing I want to note is that if you're going to do this technique with it split down the middle, make sure that your sections are zippered. So we're just going to process her for about 15 minutes. We'll check her foils, and once she's lifted to a nice level 6, we'll go ahead and rinse her out and apply her final shade. I processed Jasmine's hair for about 20 minutes. And as you can see, that blue powder lightener did an amazing job lifting out her previously colored hair as well as her natural hair nice and evenly. I went ahead and thoroughly rinsed her and then shampooed her with Kenra Professional Kenra Platinum Luxe Shine Shampoo. And then I got ready to apply her final glaze. So I decided to mix up the brand new Rapid Toner from Kenra Color in green blue in a 1:2 mixing ratio with 9 volume developer. Really quick tip is make sure that you're always using a scale so you have consistency with every formula that you use. Plus, you're not going to waste any product. Now, because I took Jasmine's highlights right at the roots, especially around her hairline, and then gave her a more rooted effect throughout the rest of her hair, I decided that I wanted to apply the rapid toner right at her base first, so it kind of creates that root smudge for me already, simply by using one product, mostly because this rapid toner works rapidly, and it's gonna work in 5 minutes or less, so you do need to work rather quickly. But I didn't mind that it was gonna get a little bit darker right around the root area. Therefore, I applied that first and then applied the rest of the rapid toner through her mids and ends and then processed her for just 3 minutes. A quick tip when using any of the rapid toners from Kenra Color is this is not a product that you put on and walk away. You're gonna definitely wanna stick around the bowl and watch the hair color change right before your eyes. When you see that the product is done or that the color is at the tone that you want it to be, you just simply wash it off. There's no crazy rules of wait 2 more minutes or 3 more minutes and your formula's done. This is simply see it, you like the color, and then go ahead and rinse and you're ready to go. I finished off Jasmine's hair with one more shampoo using the Luxe Shine shampoo once I saw all of the orange red brass was gone, and then finished her with the Luxe Shine conditioner. We're all done with Jasmine's color service, and as you can see, we got rid of all of the red and orange tones using the new rapid toner in green blue in just 3 minutes. So now I'm gonna go ahead and rough dry her using the new Nitro Memory Cream from Kenra. And when you get ready to dispense this, you actually don't need very, very much. So just a little bit goes a long way. So I'm just gonna use about this much. So what makes this mousse a little bit different is that it's more of a creamy texture and it's nitrogen propelled. And we're just going to put or rake the product through her hair, and then I'm gonna rough dry her and then finish her off with some really beautiful curls so that way you can see her final shade. I'm totally loving using the Nitro Memory Cream because it has a high hold, but it's very easy to work with and very movable. So once I was done rough drying her hair 100% dry, I went in and did some vertical curls in alternating sections. So some curls were facing towards the front and some curls were facing towards the back. And I made sure to leave a little bit of her ends out just so that way she kind of has more of that beachy wave texture. So I did use a 1 1/4 inch Marcel iron, and then towards the face, I just made sure to curl all of her curls away from her face. Here is our final result on how to achieve a cool brunette shade using all Kenra Professional. So just to recap on what I did to Jasmine's hair, we used Kenra Professional Blue Powder Lightener in 20 volume developer at a 1:2 mixing ratio. And then for her final glaze, we used the new Rapid Toner in green blue for just 3 minutes. And I absolutely love the results, and I hope you do too. And if you love this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys next time.